It's been traditional to hike and relax in the forest with friends and family, and it used to be a safe activity, but now, due to the Hobizzlies, dangers now lie in the forest. Hobizzlies are creatures part grizzly, part hobo, originally from Piedmont, California. Hobizzlies were originally the rich homeowners of Piedmont, but when their houses were destroyed in 1907 by the Great Earthquake, they all had to become hobos, traveling and asking for money. When none of them were able to become millionaires again, they banded together in anger to torture the populace. They eventually bred with bears, and over time they lost some human aspects, becoming more grizzly-like. In this map of the United States, darker red shows higher populations, while lighter yellow shows lower levels. As you can see, California has the highest levels in the United States. These population levels are as of 2004. In this map of California, the color scheme is the same. As you can see, the Bay Area has the highest levels in California. This graph shows Hobizzly population levels in thousands in states with significant population levels as of 2004. Here are some quotes sent in by real Hobizzly witnesses.
When I got closer still, I realized that its head looked like a bear's head.
Adam Packard.
I was surprised to see that its face was that of a bear.
Paul Warner.
As it ran, I shined my light on it. It looked like a human with a bear or wolf-like face.
Dan Tapman. To get some first-hand accounts, we talked to two Hobizzly witnesses. First, we talked to Edward Francis, who lives in Oakland, California, with his wife Lisa and his son Chris.
Well, there was this one time when I like to walk in the woods a lot. I enjoy the woods and the parks here. I live in Oakland, and there was this one time I was walking towards Joaquin Miller Park Meadow. I was actually going to see my son's track meet, or cross country meet. They run it in February. It was last year. Anyway, I was just walking on the trail, and I happened to see someone walking towards me. That's not unusual. I didn't think very much about it until as I got closer, I noticed that he seemed unusually large for a human, and as he came around closer, I noticed what I thought was a bare head. Yeah, I mean, like a lot of facial hair and fangs. But he was dressed. He was dressed in like an old hunting jacket and Dockers. I think they were khaki Dockers. He kept coming towards me, and at that point I got a little nervous, and I began to back up. I slowed down, and he kept coming, and the closer he came, the more he looked like a bear, but in clothes. But I didn't know quite what to do, and I got pretty nervous, and I remembered what you're supposed to do about bears, which is to back away slowly, and not. So that's what I did, but he kept coming until finally I turned around and ran, and I ran around a corner, and I ran for a good couple of minutes before I stopped, and I looked back, and I didn't ever see him again, but I have to say that was pretty frightening.
Next, we talked to Billy Robinson, who lives in Woodson, Arkansas, with his dog Blue.
So, Billy, did you see a Hobizzly?
Oh, well, I don't know what you call it, but I done saw something, that's for sure.
So, can you tell us a little about your experience?
Well, I can tell you this, it was just about the most frightening thing I've ever seen in my life. That's for sure. I'm just a country boy, and we was out hunting squirrels here a few months ago. Me and my cousin Emmett, he's a, I done one time told someone about this, can't remember when it was. I done told them that Emmett and I, who was a wheel weight installer down at the Firestone dealer down in town, we was out hunting squirrels. We was just minding our own business, and Emmett's a pretty good shot. He blasted one of those little suckers clear to Kingdom Come, right? So we going over there to get him, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, come this big old thing of a man, some kind of bear thing with a bare head, kind of a man body. He come running up and grabbed Emmett's squirrel and just run off into the woods. So I'll tell you something. It was pretty frightening. We was shocked. We were shocked to see it because we'd never seen nothing like that before in our lives. So what we did was, we just running so fast. We got in this here old truck. We go driving after him. We go faster and faster and faster, and pretty soon we was going as fast as that thing goes, about 50, right? 50 miles an hour. That thing was pulling away from us. You know, all of a sudden, we're chasing him. He must have got tired or something. All of a sudden, he just stopped. We were just driving down the road, and all of a sudden, he stopped and turned to face. I slam on the brakes. I can tell you what, at both feet, that's it, everything flying around in there, beer bottles, and shotgun shells flying around in there. It was scary. I can tell you. So we stopped in there. He's just standing there, staring us down. All of a sudden, right? He let out a howl. He started screaming like you never heard nothing in your life. And poor Emmett and I, we was just like scared. He was just going, ah! And he's out there screaming too. And all of a sudden, Blue, my old hound dog, he hears from the house. Now Blue's kind of protective, and he thought maybe we was in trouble. So Blue lit out. He come running across the field, about across that lower 40 down there where we was, and that Hobizzly thing that what'd you call it again?
Call it a Hobizzly.
A Hobizzly or some darn thing, whatever it was. He just took off because he saw Blue coming after him. He said, "I'm out of here." He just took off. That was the last we ever saw of him. That was it.
So it's a pretty frightening experience.
Well, I'll tell you this. I read not too long ago. It was, I think, in one of them magazines down at the market, from National Enquirer magazine. And they had a story about aliens come down from some other planet. My theory is, now, me and Emmett, we've had a lot of time to talk about this, and that's the best explanation we've come up with. It's going to be something from another planet. That's probably what it is. Either that, or some sort of like experiment, some sort of biological experiment gone wrong by the Democrats. You know, they've done something, and they created some kind of monster. They got away from like a laboratory or something like that. That could also be what's happening. I don't know. You fellas is the scientists and the experts on this thing. I don't know.
So did he seem very afraid of you?
Not particularly. He's sure afraid of Blue, though. I'll tell you that. He went out. He thought one look at Blue, but he was gone. He didn't want anything to do with that old dog. I can tell you that right now.
Well, thank you, Billy, for this great interview. I hope you don't have to encounter another one of those darn things.
All right, well, I can tell you and me both there, son. You and me both.
Hobizzlies are greatly afraid of fire. Carrying a lighter with you at all times can help protect you against a Hobizzly attack. Another way to decrease the likelihood of a Hobizzly attack is to travel in groups when walking outside or in the forest. Building a campfire can help protect you against a Hobizzly attack while camping. Remember, Hobizzlies are very dangerous. If you see one, do not approach it. If you have had an encounter or would like to receive more information, please contact us through email at hobizzlyinfo@gmail.com or by phone at 510-866-7738.